San Francisco 84-76. First, we'll take questions for the student athletes.
Going into this game, we just made it a focus to limit his touches, because last game, at their senior night, he went off for 26. He did hurt us that game, so we just made a team effort to try and limit his touches, did not pass his into him, and it just worked out for us today.
For you to be in this situation tomorrow, playing Gonzaga, the chance to make it to the championship game, what is it mean for you and for this program? First of all, to be in this game, and second, if you were to win.
Well, first to come into this position was kind of the whole goal for me transferring here, you know, and I knew these guys were coming in with me, and I mean, we couldn't have even made it this far without these guys. So we're 18-14 right now. I mean, we made a big turnaround from last year, and we last time we played Gonzaga, we were able to knock them off, and we played real well, and we have an awkward mismatch against them, and so hopefully going into tomorrow, everybody will have a tough, or a well-minded, or a well-rounded focus, and we'll be able to try to knock them off tomorrow again.
Were you a little nervous last night? You looked like you were more relaxed tonight, were you?
Yeah, I mean, I watched the film from San Francisco, and I don't know what it was, but I remember before the San Diego game was my highest scoring game, and I remember talking to one of my buddies, and he said just, it all starts on defense, and that was my whole mindset for today, was before I get even any shots up, just to be in people and try to get as many stops and as many rebounds as possible, and that kind of relaxed my offensive mindset, you know. And Coach always stresses defense runs into offense, and it's, what are we, 32 games into the season, we're finally starting to figure it out. So, but
his buddy, by the way, was me.
No, it wasn't.
You don't believe that? I know you don't.
Well,
Wait, don't tell the secret.
I can't tell you that. You'll see tomorrow.
Anything further for the student athletes? Student athletes are excused. Thank you.
Thank you.
Max, can you give us a statement on the win tonight?
Well, again, and it probably sounds corny and like I'm being patronizing, but San Francisco's really good. I mean, when the Diary's gotten better as the years gone along, and Blackwell's a big, strong guy, and of course, Lawhorn gets our utmost respect. You know, he's been a class person and player, a great player in this league for, I guess, what, 3 years? He's been all conference 3 years, and their guards, we did a better job guarding their guards, except at the end when we were playing prevent defense, when we had the lead, and they're just taking the ball, and we're worried about fouling, so we just kind of sidestep and let them go lay it in, which isn't exactly what we had in mind, but San Francisco's very good, and you know, feel very fortunate to win again tonight, and feel fortunate to have an opportunity to play against Gonzaga again. Now, I hope tomorrow night I'm still appreciating that opportunity, but because obviously everybody knows how good they are.
Questions for Coach Good?
Yes.
Can you talk a bit about how San Francisco threw a lot of defensive looks at you, the 1-2-2 trap, the different styles of defense they threw, and how you were able to
And you know what? Because we're playing 4 games in a row, we really have just used our 25 minutes of practice today, and then we've walked through in the ballroom, and we ran what we call lift against that. Sometimes they trap on the first pass, sometimes they trap on the second one, but that's aggravating to play against because it's not usual. It's something you don't see all the time, and we call it lift, and we want to, you know, anytime they trap, we want to lift guys to the ball and bring the point guard back to the sideline because they have a hard time covering that. Plus, it gives us good spacing. They want you to cluster and get, you know, and then it makes their assignments much easier. And we tried to stay spread and reverse the ball down the back sideline as much as we could.
Anything further for Max? Coach, thank you. Oh, go ahead, Jim.
Yes, sir. let me tell you what, it's a hell of a lot better than playing one night in a row. I don't care if we have to play 10 nights in a row. And I tell our guys every day, I don't give a damn if we're playing the Milwaukee Bucks and the Celtics and the Lakers. You know, in consecutive nights, we're going to show up, and we owe it to ourselves to compete. As long as they compete, I'll live with about anything they do. But
Coach.
yeah, of course it's tough. But, you know, let's talk about what's really tough in the world. I mean, we got kids wanting to play, you know, playing in a basketball game in front of a big crowd. How tough is that, really? Tough on my old ass. But, you know, as far as these kids, I mean, they play AAU basketball and you know, they play 4 and 5 games, not with the intensity and the caliber of competition probably, but, I mean, there's people fighting wars, and there's, you know, people in Haiti and people in Chile. This isn't tough. They should enjoy every single second of this. I told them we were ahead, and they got ahead in the second half, and I told them this is what you ought to really savor, the opportunity to compete and come back in this game. Anybody can play when you're up 30, or anybody can make shots when you're down 30. But this will test your manhood a little bit, you know, to see how we're going to reach down and grind.
Coach, thank you.
Thank you. My man Leo's here again.